You're right. It would have to be the sport of hockey. I was just thinking
What
if we're
did you
talking.
just say?
I said Charlie.
No, before that. You said that I was.
Yeah, you're right. Ah.
Yo, what it do? Welcome to Flip Phone Confessional, a podcast about all things 90s and 2000s nostalgia. So if you ever feel like you want to take a pause from the present, come bask in the past with us. My name is Brandon Baker.
I'm Justin Miller.
So stoked that you guys are here today. Today we get to talk about the 1992 classic Mighty Ducks, a film that is near and dear to both of our hearts. Today we'll be talking about what aged well, what maybe hasn't aged that well.
Emilio!
Kind of going over some categories and breaking it down, so stick around for that. But in the meantime, what's up, buddy?
I'll never bow down to a corporate sponsor. They're not sponsoring us. I wish Red Bull was sponsoring us.
Contractor, no.
I'm good, man. I watched Mighty Ducks last night for the first time, I want to say, in a while. I can't remember the last time I watched Mighty Ducks. I'm going to say at least 10 years. We both grew up playing hockey. I think if you grew up playing hockey in the 90s, this is like the epitome of what a kid's movie is supposed to be.
Epitome? Epitome.
Epitome, probably. Fuck it.
I'm an asshole. Sorry.
It's really good. It is a really fun movie. I think if you're between the ages of 5 to probably 12, 13 when you saw that movie.
About 40, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying when it came out,
Sure.
it probably holds a pretty special place in your heart. I was 4 years old. So I probably saw it at 5 years old on VHS would be my guess. I didn't see it in theaters. I know that. And that's when I started skating. My brother was 3 years older, so he'd been playing hockey for a couple years already. But it was awesome. Like, it was just fun trip down memory lane. What about for you?
Well, the question that I actually asked was, how are you? How are you doing? How's your life?
I said good. I'm sorry.
I'm actually doing really good.
I don't care.
Thank you. No, because I actually just got back. Well, I guess a couple of things here that are on topic. A, my LA Dodgers just won the World Series.
How the fuck is that on topic?
So let's fucking go. Sorry, Canada.
You're right. $1.2 billion.
Sports. Come on. Yes, exactly. Whatever. Team Asia. Let's go. Also, I just got back from a road trip in which I went and saw the Montreal Canadiens. So my brother-in-law works for the Montreal Canadiens.
So dope.
Yeah, incredibly dope, and got that experience. I've never been to Montreal before. Never seen a hockey game there. I went for a preseason game.
Still sick. I don't care.
Super sick.
Yeah.
They lost 3-1 in a preseason game. The entire place was sold out. Everyone stayed till the end, and at the very end, they clapped.
Did they apologize to the other team?
I know. They might as well.
Oh, sorry for not giving our best effort today. Just kidding, Canadians. I know I got a lot of Canadian followers.
But it was a perfect primer for, kind of regurgitating, unfurling, bringing back all of these lovely memories I have with hockey. So growing up, my dream as an actor was to be in a hockey movie. So I know the night is still young. Entirely possible, I suppose.
We should pitch to Disney
of
getting Johnny Tsunami on skates.
Incredible.
You were on the snowboard. What about getting on some ice skates?
Oh, dude, that would make my life. Like Johnny is like Gordon Bombay.
Yeah, he comes back to live the dream. Like, you're a dad, you have a kid who wants to play hockey, but you never played hockey, so you're both learning how to play. That'd be hilarious.
I am not against it.
We should ask Christy. Maybe Christy will help.
She could. Yeah, entirely possible. Who knows? But yeah, hockey was one of my very first identities. We've talked about this before. I grew up in Southern California, Dodgers hat, heyo, but a huge Kings fan. Definitely met Gretzky when I was growing up. My favorite number is 77, based off of Paul Coffey, who is my favorite player because he was the most offensive defenseman in the league, which is kind of like what I played. I played center. What did you play?
I was left wing. I was left-handed.
What number did you
16 was my number all
Why?
the time. I think it was correlated to Cal Ripken Jr. being 8. And I just wanted to be twice as good.
Dope.
So
right on.
I don't remember why I landed on 16, but it was always, I picked 16 as a kid and I stuck with it.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a tattoo on my body of the number 7.
What else would it be?
Because great call. Because of Paul Coffey, because of hockey. Yeah, I don't know. I was just like obsessed. That's who and what I wanted to be was a hockey player before acting came into the picture. This
Also,
movie comes out in 92.
yeah,
I'm 8 years old. I'm super into hockey. My uncle like is coaching my teams. My dad is coaching my teams. But yes, I am a brown 8-year-old boy in Southern California who plays hockey of all things.
you're Goldberg.
Kind of. Well, here's the other thing is my mom during this season has a herniated disc in her back. So she doesn't show up to like any of my games, any of my practices. My dad's coaching all of my games.
Got it.
My dad is a tall, skinny white guy named Daryl Baker and is bringing me this brown boy.
Daryl.
Yeah. To all of the games and all the practices to the point at the very end of the season, my mom finally shows up to our last game.
And you lost, probably.
We won the championship. I won MVP this year. I'm
He's-
not even fucking joking.
Can someone Google and fact check him on this?
But everyone, all of the moms and the dads at the very end of the game, when they see my mom show up, they all go, "Oh, this whole time we thought you were adopted by this nice Daryl Baker guy who is probably the Gordon Bombay helping out this impoverished brown boy from the city." Life imitating art,
We
dude.
thought he brought you from the Great East to the West.
Exactly. So like my identity, as I've already said several times already, was hockey. And then this movie comes out.
Yeah.
Before I ever even thought about acting, it was just like, oh my God, this is probably at the time my favorite movie. When people ask me to this day, what's your Mount Rushmore, your 4 favorite movies in no particular order? This oftentimes is up there.
Not even for a kid's movie, just all time.
Just all time.
Damn.
That's what this movie means to me. Where you at?
It did not hold that same sentimental value to me. Probably did to my brother more because he was like diehard hockey.
You were young.
And I was a little younger. I actually vividly remember D2 a lot more than I remember Mighty Ducks 1 because I must have come out in 94 because I think D3 came out in 96.
I think that's right.
And I remember seeing D3 in theaters and I was like, what is this garbage? Fucking Emilio's gone. We have this like serious coach and it was a much darker film. Like D3 is a very dark film relative to the first two. And I just remember in D2, the goalie, the Iceland guy. And you had Kenan Thompson coming.
Kenan Thompson, flip the puck. What is it? Knuckle puck?
Knuckle puck.
Yeah.
No, so for me, it's certainly, I'm not going to say maybe. I put it in my top 20. It's probably not my top 10. I'd have to dwindle that list down more. But it was, as a kid who played hockey, it was a super fun watch.
Mm-hmm.
And you always wanted to practice in playing Pee-wee hockey or bantams like the Flying V, and yet it never worked. So that was not very accurate. But yeah, dude, great movie. Super fun if you played hockey, even if you didn't play hockey. You're just like, this is so cool. It brought, think of like 90s hockey. You had Gretzky, you had Mario Lemieux, you had Mike Modano. Dude, and I was watching it last night, and I was like, I saw the Stars players come up. I was like, is that Mike Modano?
He looks great.
I completely forgot.
What a handsome man, Mike Modano. Honestly, one of my favorite players. Yeah, I said I'm handsome.
No, but I was just like, it was funny. I was just thinking that whole scene where he's like, hey, I haven't seen you play hockey in like 25 years. But if you want a shot at the pros, let me know. I'll call a guy.
Dude, okay. We're now stepping on to like one of the categories, so save that. I'm right there with you. October 1992, Mighty Ducks comes out.
In the theaters was when it came out?
In the theaters, yep.
Okay.
Budget of $14 million. How much money do you think it made?
I don't think it made a ton. I would say it made probably a lot of movie. Well, actually, I take that back. It had to have made quite a bit because it came out with a sequel, so it did well enough.
A trilogy.
I'm going to go 50 million.
Wow, 50 million on the dot. That's incredible.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
shit.
shot out of it.
That's awesome.
And 54 million in home video rental.
That's rentals. Rentals, folks.
Crazy.
That is
Different time.
on a $14 million budget. It made, let's just say, 120 million total. That's
Insane.
That's awesome.
Do you want to guess what the approval rating was on Rotten Tomatoes?
I'm going to say boomers are the ones who started Rotten Tomatoes, so they're probably going to give it a lower rating than what millennials would give it. I'm going to go 43%.
Not bad. 27%.
Fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
Mighty Ducks 27%? Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
What is the other one? The audience score. Did you have that?
Don't
know
know that.
because he doesn't do his research. I already knew that answer.
The movie was written by Stephen Herrick, who also directed. I'm sorry. The movie was directed by Stephen Herrick, who also directed Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure
Dope.
and Mr. Holland's Opus. The movie's cinematographer, Thomas Del Ruth, who also did Breakfast Club and Stand By Me. So kind of that like it's almost like a softer, like everything was kind of like glowing on the frame. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, actually, now that I was gonna say, and I didn't know how to frame my wording.
Yeah.
The film quality almost looks identical to like 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, like that kind of like fuzzy glow look.
Correct.
To it, which I do kind of miss on
And
videos today.
Emilio Estevez in The Breakfast Club.
That makes sense.
And then back years later, working with the same guy on Mighty Ducks.
That's so
pretty sick, right? I guess actually one last factoid. Casting what ifs. Have you heard about this?
No, go ahead.
Apparently, for the role that Joshua Jackson eventually took, Jake Gyllenhaal turned it down, as well as Leo DiCaprio auditioned for the role of Charlie.
Cute. I think Leo's acting career would have gone in a very different direction if he had gotten this role.
Yeah, apparently he wasn't offered it. Apparently Gyllenhaal was offered it, got it, and his parents were like, "Sorry, can't do it."
That's crazy.
I know.
That's cool fact.
Cool fact, yeah. Cool. So categories.
Okay.
Let's jump into. Start with what aged the best. When we look back, we watch this movie, we're like, "Huh, wow, actually it holds up." If not, has gotten better, like a fine wine.
What has aged well? I was gonna say the fits, like
okay,
out like a lot of
pretty
clothes.
dope, dude.
I was watching a lot of that, and I was like, "Damn, that jacket that Emilio's wearing is
the coach
fire,
it's pretty fucking fly, dude."
The windbreakers were great. When he was like the flashback with his dad, and he had that plaid sweater jacket pull up on. I was like, I want that. It's so funny that I found myself like wanting a lot of the clothes that were in this movie because I guess they're now considered vintage, but
and it's come back for sure.
I guess what holds up is I would say it was real, and what I mean by that of like Charlie's storyline where he's like, my dad left us. They didn't shy away of like some goofy, my dad. I mean, they had Emilio's dad die, but he's like, yeah, my dad died, or we left our dad, and then the whole like. Him trying to have Emilio fill that void of like come over for dinner, date my mom. You can't like leave. You got to convince the other coaches. I was like, that's a pretty deep storyline for a kids movie to put that in there of like my dad left. Can you fill the void of my dad leaving? And it wasn't in like a cheesy manner for a lot of kids movies. It was like it felt real.
Well, it's kind of a movie about trauma,
tons of trauma,
and a movie about fatherhood.
Trauma on Emilio for his drinking problem.
Right.
Trauma for Charlie.
Because basically it's like Coach Riley, the shitty coach?
Yeah.
Was basically the stand-in father figure, which led to him leaving hockey.
Total child abuser.
Totally. What a shitty motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. No, but I'd say, I would say that holds up. It's a good story. It is not like a cheesy movie, like
27% Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't get it.
What the fuck are we talking about?
100%.
What else aged the best? The Heavyweights cast.
Yeah.
The cast of these kids, I thought the casting was fantastic.
So good.
Like the weak link of the film, I don't even know who I would choose for that.
I guess the weakest link would be that short kid that always had a
I thought it was great.
I
thought it was good. He was like the little like Italian kid.
What is his name? Yeah, from Sandlot. The one who's always chewing gum.
Yeah.
Obnoxiously. Yeah. That's what he reminded me of.
Yeah.
Just super annoying. But other than that.
God, I love that kid. I would say kind of capitalizing off of that, just the cast, but like the poop in the purse.
That was hilarious.
It's kind of like they had this kind of like Home Alone vibe there in the very beginning. And it didn't feel contrived, like what you were saying. It didn't feel like they were trying to have like this fun time with kids. It actually felt like, this is what kids back then would do.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you didn't have a phone. You didn't really have video games.
That wasn't out.
Right. Video games weren't even a big thing then. You're just like, you're taking your dog on a walk. You're grabbing some shit from the dog. You're putting it into a person. You're waiting to watch it happen.
And for the dude to get out of the car and get upset It's like you just tried to take money from a fucking purse you found. Like let's not say you're the high road
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
But no, it was entertaining for sure.
And then lastly, what I have for what age the best, Gordon Bombay. Great name. Just a great
It's
name.
a power name.
It is a power name.
What a sweet last name.
And a great name for a hockey player.
His outfits were such power outfits, especially the leather gloves, the driving gloves.
He had great hair, fantastic hair on Emilio Estevez. I guess one more. The multi-ethnic cast aged quite well. This is 92.
Yeah.
We're not really doing that in the same way, and they didn't have to write in a multi-ethnic cast, but they chose to, which was pretty sick.
Yeah, for sure.
Even having 2 girls on the team, a little bit ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Now, what age is the worst?
Probably the way coaches treated kids back in the day. That was
Sure.
very real. I got
What
yelled at.
the fuck?
I got yelled at in baseball by coaches like that, in soccer and hockey, and I'm just like, it's not like trauma. It didn't bother me because that was just the norm back then. But it's like, yeah, no, coaches said some pretty fucked up shit to try and get to you to be motivated to win a game.
This is insane. Like let's go even beyond that. Gordon Bombay gets a DUI
because he can't stop thinking about if you miss this shot, you're not only going to let me down, you're going to let your whole team down.
So he's driving down the street. Yeah, he's thinking about his past, whatever, his father, he's quitting. So then he goes, and then his community service is to coach kids.
Yeah.
To where he goes and coaches this shitty team that has a bunch of parents. The parents are showing up at these games when they're horrible.
Yeah.
And the parents are just like, oh yeah, this random guy who we don't know, who's like teaching our kids who has a drinking problem. He like yells at them and he's trying to convince them to cheat in order to win. Things that would not happen today. Did not age well.
Also, there are a lot of errors in the movie.
Nitpicks. We'll get to that.
Oh, that's a nitpick? That's not an age poorly? Okay.
I guess so.
Nah,
it's not a continuity errors.
We'll go.
Other things that have aged worse on my end. I'm going to go with like the hats that they're wearing. Specifically, the black kids are like wearing like Jamaican Rastafari hats when we first meet them.
Oh, you mean like you didn't in Johnny Tsunami?
What? No, no. Appropriation? Totally. 100%. Now, I guess with that one, it was given to me.
I had one of those hats. The
that's great.
ski hats with
Honestly,
like the tangles that
I've
come
been thinking
out.
about this. I should bring those back. We should get some of those made. Because people ask me about those all the time, and I'm like, fuck.
Merch idea.
I know. And then the last, what's aged the worst? Speaking of of black things, Jesse Smollett is in this movie.
Wait, is that the
that is the
younger,
other kid, the
black
other part of the Oreo line? Yeah, is Jesse Smollett, the guy who pretended to get abducted or get kicked, and then found that he was lying about being fucking like robbed and beat up and assaulted by. Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts.
That's aged the worst easily. Moving on.
I did not put that together. That's crazy.
Let's move on to most rewatchable scene.
The most rewatchable scene?
Yeah. Like the movie is playing on the background. You're like,
I mean, I guess it's got to be the ending. The ending to me has to be the most rewatchable scene because it's the most iconic scene. Because as anyone who is a fan of the movie, how many kids tried to do the triple deke after that as like that's the move
that's true
to try and do in a penalty shot or a one-on-one with a goalie. And so I'm just thinking of like the feel-good moment. If there's going to be one moment you watch over and over again, it's going to be the music's like slowing down. Charlie's doing the slow motion triple deke and then slow motion into a top shelf, which clearly if you see the scene, it's going lower third. And then it goes, all of a sudden you pan. It changed your trajectory to go top shelf.
That was good editing.
But yeah, I would say that's the most rewatchable scene in my opinion.
That's pretty good. It's hard to beat that. I'd say the one that I thought of, me personally, when I think of the movie, I'm kind of cheating here. It's kind of 2 scenes mashed into one.
Of course.
But it is the mall montage.
That's a fun scene.
That goes directly into the first successful practice
Oh, with the eggs?
with the eggs and tying up Goldberg.
I was going to say the other scene, if I was going to pick a second place, would be just Goldberg overcoming his fear of getting pucks
Correct.
shot at him.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, the scariest position in all of sports to play, it has to be an NHL goalie. You cannot convince me otherwise. I would say second place to that would be maybe a major league catcher, because you're now getting 100-mile-an-hour fastballs thrown at you
Yeah,
consistently.
maybe like tip fouls.
Yeah. But for me, if you're a goalie, you have a screw loose to just be like, I'm just gonna have giant
Frozen rubber
discs,
100 miles an hour. Yeah, regularly coming at me.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Actually, so in regards to like most rewatchable scene,
Yeah.
we have to like choose these awards. We have to agree on them.
You can't. I'm sticking firm with the triple deke on that.
No, you don't want to go Goldberg? Like meet somewhere in between?
Okay, if you want. But I'm just saying, if you like panned an audience, who's going to say what's the most memorable scene? They're probably going to go the triple deke.
Okay.
Then.
All right, next category, best line of the film. I have some written down here. If you have any, where do you want me to go?
No, go for it.
The Pete Meister, Mr. Rabble Rouser, passing the puck over to Jesse Rooney, the Enforcer. Oh, it's the Connie Meister, the Velvet Hammer.
Those are all good.
Nothing? It's pretty good. God, you're morbid, Hans. No, I'm Scandinavian.
He's Scandinavian. I thought he was German. He must be Swedish.
Scandinavian. He is. Coach Riley, not quite as good as you were, but he wants it more. Kid won't give up. I wish your dad could be here to see this.
That dude
fucked
he
up.
just wanted to
Oh my
continuously
God.
like jab at him. Especially when he's
Unreal.
like, huh, you see that? I wish they'd take that sign down too.
Yeah.
Because it's the only one yellow banner.
I
All
know.
the black ones.
It's so stupid. Why do they even have it up? And then the last one I have is Gordon Bombay to Goldberg. This is your bar mitzvah, Goldberg. Today, you become a man. Goldberg. Coach, I think you got the ceremonies mixed up. This is more like a circumcision. I had no idea what the word circumcision was when I was 8. I definitely laughed at that line.
That's probably my
entire
favorite
life.
line out of all the ones you just listed.
Okay, so of those,
Yeah.
do you
I would go with that last
circumcision?
one. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Which is why I think that, but that's fine.
Okay.
Well, we can agree. Goldberg. So for your favorite character of the movie,
I would also go Fulton.
over Goldberg.
I would say Goldberg's the comedic relief, but as someone who related, because I wasn't like very good at hockey playing.
Did you have a nice slap shot?
No, I had a nice wrister, but I was not a great hockey player, period. Like let's just
Okay.
no, but I just thought it was cool. It's like someone who was, I don't know, kind of an outcast, and being an army brat that moved everywhere. I kind of felt that way. So he was relatable. He's like the unknown. He's always trying to be on the kind side. He's misjudged as who he is, and he helped save the team.
God, so this feels pretty personal for you.
100%.
Okay.
But I would agree, the best comedic relief, I would say, if I was going to choose two, Goldberg is hilarious.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you think of this movie, like I think of Emilio Estevez and I think of Goldberg. I don't think of Charlie.
And
I don't think of Banks.
Charlie's so mature in this movie.
He is. Yeah. What are they're all 10? 8, 9, 10, something like that.
Yeah, and he's just like, he's fully aware of the situation with his mom. He's like, he's trying to be there for Coach when he's like down on his luck for the team walking out. He's trying to stand up for him.
Okay. So this brings me to our next category of nitpicks.
Okay.
I think that Charlie is a little bit too okay with this guy dating his mom. Like they're like pretty close at the very end before he gets on the bus and goes off to like be in the minors. They're like kissing and he's like right here and he's like enjoying it. He's like, oh my God, which look, I'm not a child of divorce. Maybe if I loved my hockey coach who was Emilio Estevez and banging my diner waitress of a mom, I'd be like, fuck yeah, go get him, coach.
Yeah, a little weird.
Right?
But I think it's more of his desire of like not the physical stuff between him and his mom, but just like I miss having a dad.
And I want my mom to be happy.
Yeah, correct. Which again goes back to how mature Charlie was.
I get it. Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I get it, but still.
Other nitpicks.
I got tons.
Go for it.
The scene where the figure skater is doing the
Yeah.
what do you call it?
Pirouettes, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, but it's not
Okay.
axles, right? She was doing like a triple axle or quadruple axle
Sure.
in front of the goalie to like confuse all the other players.
Right.
She's wearing figure skates.
Correct.
That's completely illegal.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah,
So I saw that and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
not real.
Yeah.
Banks. When Banks gets shoved into the goal and he gets a goal, why is there still a penalty after the fact? If there was a penalty and there was a goal, it's negated.
I guess. Well,
What do you mean you guessed?
My nitpick with that is that shouldn't have been a 2-minute penalty. That should have been an ejection.
But they gave him a 2-minute. If we're going by the movie, they gave him a 2-minute for cross-checking.
2-minute minor.
Yes, but it would already have not mattered because they scored a goal, so which would have negated the power play.
Along Banks real quick. Kind of fucked up that they took him off the team in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Also, wouldn't you have such a vendetta as a kid to be like, you're the one who took me away from all of my friends?
Totally.
There's no way I would
There's
play
no
for you.
fucking way. Exactly.
Unless you just love hockey that much and you're just like, I'm going to win out of spite because I don't like you.
And maybe you love the game, but I cut you off. You were going to say?
Same sequence of events, continuity error. So Fulton or Banks gets off the ice. They're now in a miraculous power play that shouldn't occur, and Fulton comes on and hits the slap shot. Right?
Yeah.
Did you count how many Hawks players were on the ice?
5. Yes.
The slap shot.
Yes.
You saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out of the way. Weird that if we're on a power play, there's 5 people now on the ice.
Well, there's a few times after Banks gets knocked out,
Yeah.
and he's still on the ice playing.
Oh, Banks is?
The 99 is still
I
out
never
there
saw
skating. Yeah. So there's a lot of continuity errors in that regard. Yeah, for sure.
But I just laughed because I rewinded it 3 times to make sure, like, wait, this is a power play, right?
Uh-huh.
Why is there 5 kids and the goalie getting out of the way of the shot? Super funny.
Okay, along those lines, now we're talking, this is a kids bantam league, right?
Yeah.
I think
Pee-wees.
Pee-wees, okay.
Yeah.
Like the final record of the season was like what, 8-3-1, something like that? Like if you saw actually on that board?
Didn't the Ducks only win like 3 games and made it to the playoffs?
Yeah. They say that when Gordon Bombay set a record as a kid, he scored 198 goals in a season.
And we're going off of a 14 game
Right.
season.
If you scored 10 goals a game, you wouldn't even come close to 198 goals in a season.
Wait, what? That was said?
That's said.
198 goals in a season. I guess even if you include playoff games, that's only 4 more games.
Let's say that they actually play once per like four quarters, right? Like you have
52,
summer
52 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say
52 games.
Let's just say you have 13
52 games. That's still 4 goals a game.
No. Yeah, exactly. 4 goals a game.
Averaging.
Right.
Or 3.5, whatever, if you want to get nitpicky. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
No wonder Mike Madonna was like,
I remember you.
Yeah, he scored almost 200 fucking goals in a season.
Additionally, we're seeing that there's like on the screen, there's like these publications that are coming out that have like Emilio Estevez and Coach Riley facing one another on the cover of a magazine, right?
Newspaper.
Yeah. What is that newspaper for?
Well,
who's reading the newspaper?
Like,
what is the article saying?
Why are we so like tuned into a Kiwi hockey league?
Yeah, that like someone is actually a staffed writer for the hockey league. On the ice for the championship game, in the ice, is a Mighty Ducks logo. So they have defrosted the rink. They have blown up the logo that has only existed for 4, 5 games maybe?
Thanks, Mr. Ducksworth. Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth.
Right. And they've made it to the 3rd round of the playoffs, which another nitpick. If you are last in the league, you're not going to be playing the Hawks at the very end. You're playing them in a 1-8 matchup. You're playing them first round. You're not playing them in the final game. Nonetheless, moving on, they defrost the entire rink. They put the logo down. Just like, okay.
Wild. Yeah.
All
you have to do, Gordon, is win 1 more game, and you're in the playoffs after being dog shit the entire season.
Totally. My last one.
Okay.
very end, the clock's about to expire, right? We have the triple deke, no helmet.
Yeah, Rachel was questioning that too. Like, where's his helmet?
Like I get it in terms of like it looks good for the movie,
But I'm pretty sure
like,
in Pee-wee's you that would be illegal. Like you would have to keep, you'd
100%.
have even for a penalty shot, you'd have to keep
Definitely.
your helmet on.
Yes, for sure. Okay. Hot take category.
Mm.
Got anything good? Got anything juicy here? Can't be a lukewarm take. It's gotta be a spice.
I mean, I think D2 is a better movie than D1.
Wow. Okay.
That's my hot take.
Okay, going.
I would say there's a lot more action. There's a lot more actual hockey. Because in the first movie, there's just short snippets of games, and of course, the very end. But in D2, like there is a ton more hockey in it as far as actual screen time.
You could tell they had a bigger budget.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when is it Iceland or
Yeah,
Finland? Iceland.
Team Island.
Iceland. When they come out, you're like, ooh, this is sick.
Yeah, you had the Bash Brothers. You had the bringing of the knuckle puck. You had all those kids going on Rodeo Drive and racking up that funny. Remember, they go to the lingerie store and they're like, "Can I'm getting this for my mom. Can you try it on? Can we see what that's like?" And they actually give it like champagne and watching these models try on lingerie, which was just wild.
Is D2 the rare sequel better than the original?
So I have a few of those.
I know, but still rare though.
Yeah, correct. I think it falls in that category. I think Men in Black 2 is better than Men in Black, the first one.
Terminator.
Yeah, that's probably up there. 5 Goes West, better than
Wow.
5. Yeah, deep
Coming
pull,
in
right?
hot.
Deep
Okay.
cut. What, you don't agree?
Well, I don't know. I don't run a 90s Kid for Life page.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not up to date on my Fightful 2 takes.
Five Goes West. I also personally think Pirates of the Caribbean 2 is better than the first one. Dead Man's Chest, but
Okay.
I have a list of things that I think could.
That's a pretty good take.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
My
My hot
about
take.
Secret of the Ooze, as opposed to the first.
Great call. I think that is better.
Daka, right? They're babies.
Well, and also Vanilla Ice, like
Go ninja, go ninja,
Yeah.
go.
My hot take, Gordon Bombay, kind of completely unhinged. He's going to definitely leave Charlie and Charlie's mom.
Yeah, for something better.
He loses his job. He gets a
He doesn't lose his
he
job.
gets a DUI. He chooses to get fired from
Can
his
we
job.
talk about that? Like,
Wait, let me finish my take. He basically chooses this team over having a job. He's definitely gonna leave Charlie's mom, and he's going back to the minors when he quit playing hockey at the age of 10. Okay, I don't know anything about D2 yet, but according to D1 in this movie, that was the last time that he played. And so at the age of 10, when, don't get me wrong, he had a great outlook, there's no way at the age of 10 you go back to the minors at what? What do you think he is, like 33?
yeah, because they even show in this movie him putting on skates for like the first time in like years.
Correct. And he looks fine, but you're not like, oh my God, he's incredible.
Yeah, no, that's where I want to focus on is the fact that, dude, you are a high profile lawyer that seems to be unbeatable in your craft, working for one of the top law firms in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And you were just like, oh, I just got a DUI. Okay, that brings you down a peg.
Yeah.
And now you're like choosing these kids that you've only known for what, a month and a half, 2 months, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna quit everything that I love and just coach some kids, which is community service. You're not getting a paycheck from that either.
Not at all.
So it's like, how much money do you have saved up, Emilio, to be like, we never saw his house. We never saw like where he lived.
We never saw anything about him.
No.
So
you
he
just
has,
we had a personal driver who's all of a sudden like an assistant coach on the team.
which I love
too.
that guy.
Yeah.
And that Hans is like
A mentor. Yeah.
but he has no friends. He has no family. He kind of gives up everything at a drop of a hat.
Yeah, and
he doesn't seem like he has very good decision-making skills, right?
How to alcoholism probably.
Correct, right.
Yeah, where was your life coach being like, hey, let's pump the brakes on this
Totally.
for a
He's
second.
like probably going through withdrawals and he is just like jumping
But
anything that'll take him.
He hated his coach. I think it's more driven by how much he hated the other guy relative to his own personal life choice. Because the coach was in with his boss in the room when he quits his job. Remember, he's like,
Sure.
I think it's because he was there. He's like, no, I hate you so much and how you've ruined my life. I don't care if I'm throwing away my career. I want to stick it to you that much.
Horrible decision.
Correct.
Really bad decision.
Like rationally, still awful. But I think that's more of an explanation of it's not just him like suffering from mental illness. It's like he really fucking hated that dude who like so much trauma to his life. He's like, no, it's my revenge tour.
He's like talking to like Charlie's mom about like, oh, where's my fucking thing? And like, oh, where am I in your guys' future? What star do I get?
Yeah,
she's like, get the fuck out of here.
That was a weird date where he's like, yeah, I'm just kidding. Well, here's where I'm at. I don't know what you think about me. I don't know what I think about you. I'm like, why is this necessary in a kid's film?
Correct. He has unresolved emotional issues that he clearly needs to address before he gets into any sort of relationship.
And yet he still is like, for the rest of the movies, Charlie is in his life. How awkward must that be every time he sees his mom? Like, hey, remember that fling we had?
Dude, totally. Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyway.
All right, you said there's one more, right?
Who won the movie?
We all did. Are you talking about a certain character? Yeah.
No.
Are we doing like meta inside the movie?
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking like director, actor. Like, what do you remember specifically? Like
I remember Charlie. Like, if I'm like,
so you think Joshua Jackson?
Yeah, because that jump started his career.
No, I don't think it's a bad take. Yeah,
like you're saying, who won from being in the franchise of Mighty Ducks?
Well, my choice for who won the movie, the sport of hockey.
Okay, fair, sure.
Like, I think this did as much for hockey as like kind of anything in the 90s. This really made it mainstream to an entire generation of kids that maybe previously weren't exposed to hockey at all. I happen to be a kid who loved hockey.
Yeah.
But I'm sure this was maybe the first time any kid from I don't know, from Atlanta, from Phoenix, had ever really interacted with the sport of hockey in any way.
I'm trying to think.
This spawned a new NHL.
Correct.
3 movies in total, a TV show.
Yeah, the fact that they created a cartoon series from this, which was actually a really sweet cartoon.
It really was.
Yeah, it had to be. You're right. It would have to be the sport of hockey. I was just thinking.
What did you say?
I said Charlie.
No, before that. You said that I was.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I can't think of another iconic hockey movie that came out before this that was meant for kids.
Yeah,
I don't even think there was one. But yeah, I think hockey imploded in the United States largely because of it. Exploded. Sorry.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh,
I completely agree.
I agree with myself.
No, I mean, I think anecdotally, I just saw the sport really, expand in Southern California for me. It's like all of a sudden there was kind of like twice the number of teams as I used to play with.
Yeah, I mean, we were in New Mexico.
Yeah.
New Mexico in the mid 90s, and hockey was becoming like an incredible sport.
Yeah.
Out there. So yeah, were you a carbon fiber or a wood stick guy?
Carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same.
I mean, I just wasn't the biggest kid. So like sometimes those sticks.
You needed as light of a stick as possible because your weak arms couldn't hold up a wood stick.
I just don't like holding wood.
But you like shafts.
Any last parting thoughts about Mighty Ducks?
It's so weird that he just quit his job. Watching that movie as an adult, especially in the economy right now, where it's like,
totally.
Maybe that's why, because the 90s economy was such booming. He's like, nah, I can get another job tomorrow. Like if you're in white collar jobs now and you quit, it is terrifying job market. The fact that he was like confident enough to just leave a 6-figure job, like on the spot.
Yeah. But here's what's going to happen. Okay. He's going to quit his job. The season's going to end. He's going to like really live it up for a little bit. He's going to start drinking again. Okay. He's going to get another Dewey.
And then some law firm's going to pick him up.
He's going to like forget and not show up to a date with Charlie's mom. You know, he's going to be like, stop fucking nagging me.
And then his life's going to fall apart completely. And then the hockey association's going to be like, well, you're a 2-time felon. We can't have you coaching kids anymore.
Let alone playing in the minor leagues because Emilio Estevez, you're like 5'6". So like, what are you actually doing here? You're a 35-year-old man. You're going to get your teeth busted. For me, what I'll remember from this film, I don't know. Like, as I've already said, One of my favorite movies of all time. On the nostalgia meter, we haven't talked about this in a while. My nostalgia meter, I'm gonna call it a 9.9. Shout out to Gretzky. Shout out to the great one.
Whoa.
This is as big as it gets for your boy.
I'll give it like an 8.1. As far as nostalgia, in
Kobe.
the 90s, it's an iconic movie, but
Yeah.
doesn't break a 9 for me. But I appreciate that it does for you.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here with us. Thanks for sitting through with us.
Yeah.
Down through some
Our
categories.
random tangents.
Yeah, memory lane. Shout out to Mighty Ducks. Shout out to the sport of hockey. Thank you guys for being here.
Till next time.
Quack, quack, quack.
Hee hee, quack.
Hee hee.